Alright guys, it's Jesse at Humble Crew Detailing. Today I want to show you guys how we do a proper paint decontamination. You can see on this Tesla of our clients here, it's covered in just, man, lots and lots of bug guts. A lot of people don't know this, but bug guts are very, very bad for your paint. If you let it sit there, what ends up happening is that the acidity in the bug guts will actually eat straight through your clear coat. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a product called CarPro Bug Out, and that's going to be taking care of a lot of this. So I'm going to show you guys how we do it. All right, so first step, what we're going to do is we're going to rinse off as much of the bugs as we can. Now we're using a pressure washer. You do want to be careful. You don't want to be this close attempting to scrub the bug guts off with a pressure washer. Depending on your make and model, you may risk like the water pressure cutting straight through the bumper. You don't want to do that. So the one we use is actually, we use a Krenzla, which is over there. The Krenzla, what I like about it is that it gives very consistent pressure without it being like overbearingly powerful. So you can put your hand in front of the pressure washer and it's not going to sting or cut, but it is going to be very consistent, what makes it very nice. So we're going to go ahead and try to rinse off some of it now. So you can see these bug guts are pretty stubborn, and so what we're gonna do, we are gonna use CarPro Bug Out after I clean off my bottle. So CarPro Bug Out, we love this stuff here because it just works. So the way you use it is you just spray it on. Notice the double tap trigger, 1, 2, that's pretty cool. Spray it real liberally all over the front of the surface that's just decked in bug guts. I know we had some on the mirrors over here, so I'm gonna spray some right there. On top right here. Let's do some on this mirror. You wanna let this stuff sit for, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. You don't really wanna do a lot of scrubbing. You want this to do the heavy lifting for you. And the reason why you want that is you don't wanna like accidentally scratch the paint with excessive you know, scrubbing and whatnot. So man, this is way on there. So all right, catch you guys on the flip side. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use CarPro Iron X. Now I put my Iron X, oh, that's multi-X, whoops. Iron X, sorry, the label is kind of worn out, but this stuff here is an iron remover, and on white paint in particular, this step is really important. So it'll, oh my gosh, like immediately bleeds purple. But if there's any iron on the paint, it'll bleed it purple, as you're seeing right now. So this is what's called a chemical decontamination. So like right here, you see this little spot right here. This stuff here, it smells like rotten eggs. So you really don't want to smell this stuff. It smells really bad. But a lot of times, paint will become pretty much covered in iron from like brake dust on the road and whatnot. And so this stuff here helps pull out some of those embedded irons that are in your car paint. Now on white in particular, it becomes very, very evident when you have it. So let me just get all up in here. This step is really important because the iron doesn't actually get removed with a normal car wash. You actually have to do this step here. So, oh, my wrists. These triggers, man, I mean, they double tap, but oh, they require some effort to squeeze. Get an arm workout or a hand workout from this. We'll do the top real quick too. There you go. And in about 3 or 4 minutes, you'll actually start to see it bleed purple like this. You can see how some of this iron is indeed bleeding purple. Here we go. So, see you in about 3 minutes or so. Okay, next step in the decontamination is TarX. TarX is a product from CarPro that's specifically designed to remove tar. So if you look at the bottom, this is like bug guts and tar and all sorts of other gross stuff. So we'll just go ahead and start to remove it. So let's kind of take a look around here. You can actually see the Iron X starting to work, just pulling a lot of those just nasties. So let's go ahead and TarX, the bottom area is here. Just get all this tar. Client here did get in a fender bender, unfortunately, so he's getting that replaced and then coming back to us. Go ahead and do the back here. Oh, this is filthy. Look at all this iron. Oh. Well, that's why it's so important. This stuff doesn't come out with a car wash, I'll tell you that. So let's go ahead and do these bottom areas. I know there's a lot of like tar under here, like this right here. Let's get all this out. Oh, yeah, you can see this thing working. Man, look at this thing bleeding purple. Woo. All right, so we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now this has been sitting here letting the Iron X work. Now, next step, we're gonna foam the car. My favorite part. You want to get it nice and sudsy like that. We are using Obsessed Garage's decontamination soap. It's a special type of soap designed to strip any type of like sealants or waxes off of a paint before we start to work on it. Man, you can see this decontamination step going in. Look at all that iron it can pull out. That is incredible. But this soap here, I really love it because it foams really thick and it, well, it does its job. You can see it's sticking, and as it sticks to the paint, it dissolves any kind of dirt that's on there before I even touch the car, which is exactly what you need this stuff to do. So, nice thick soap. Perfect. All right, next step is the wash step. Now we do use a 2-bucket wash method where there's a wash bucket and a rinse bucket. On the bottom of these buckets, you can't really see, but there's a grit guard on the bottom, and it looks like a little wire guard. But essentially what you'll do is you'll take your wash mitt, you'll wash a panel at a time, you'll dunk it in the rinse bucket, scrub it on the bottom of the the grit guard, and then you'll dunk it back into the wash bucket and repeat. So I'll show you guys, right? So I got me a Microfiber Madness credit mitt. I like this a lot because it just works. So on a particularly dirty car like this one here, you'll always want to start, well, I guess on any car, top down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, get all this glass. So I'm going to wash this glass. There we go. Let's get to the other side. And you notice I flipped over to the other side. On glass in particular, you don't have to be quite as delicate, and you can go in large sections because glass doesn't really scratch, especially with just like normal washing, unless you're deliberately like taking a very dirty wash mitt and like scraping it across the glass, and then you're just asking for it. But so okay, wash mitt all done. Take it to the rinse bucket. Go through. Out. Sorry, this thing's like on the bottom of it. Take it through, scrub it like you're doing laundry, both sides. Okay, now your wash mitt's clean. Dump it back to the wash bucket and repeat. So now I'm going to go ahead and go do this panel and so on and so forth through the whole car. So especially on a dirty car like this one here, like an exceptionally dirty car, what you'll want to do is go do that, flip over, do it twice. And Tesla's thing's popping up. Go back to sleep, please. All right. Wash it twice like that. And then that's it. Your towels or your wash mitt's dirty. Go and repeat the process. And do that for the whole car, panel by panel. And remember, try to go top down. And that's how you do a 2-bucket wash, guys.